Imagine a time before nations as we know them, a time when city-states, fiercely independent, battled for supremacy. This was the world into which Rome was born, a world demanding strength, cunning, and an unyielding will. From humble beginnings, on the banks of the Tiber River, a civilization would rise. Tempered by conflict, bound by tradition, the Romans built a republic on the principles of discipline and valor. Their soldiers, hardened legions, became a byword for military might. Victory followed victory, and with each conquest, the legend of Rome grew. But Rome's strength lay not just in its armies. It was a society built on law, on a codified system that applied equally to citizen and conquered alike. This framework, combined with an innovative spirit, allowed Rome to flourish. Roads, aqueducts, grand public works. These were the hallmarks of a civilization reaching for greatness. They were builders, these Romans, but also conquerors. Their ambition, boundless as the Mediterranean Sea, would drive them ever outward to forge an empire the likes of which the world had never seen. The Roman Republic was not built in a day. It was forged over generations, through bloody conflict and strategic alliances. Early Rome battled for survival against its Etruscan neighbors to the north and rival Latin cities. Their tenacity in the face of adversity, their willingness to adapt and learn from their enemies, set the stage for their future dominance. With each victory, Rome's confidence grew, as did its territory. The Punic Wars against Carthage marked a turning point. This clash of civilizations, spanning decades, pitted Rome against a maritime power equal to its own. Hannibal, the Carthaginian general, crossed the Alps with elephants, a feat of military daring that still inspires awe. Yet, Rome persevered. They broke the back of Carthage, securing their position as masters of the Western Mediterranean. This hard-won victory opened the door to further expansion, transforming Rome from a regional power into an empire. Under the reign of Augustus, the first emperor, Rome entered a golden age. Gone were the days of republican strife, replaced by an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, the Pax Romana. For 2 centuries, the empire flourished. Trade routes, protected by Roman legions, stretched from the British Isles to the borders of India. The wealth of the known world flowed into Rome, funding magnificent public works and supporting a vibrant cultural scene. Grand cities, adorned with temples, baths, and amphitheaters, rose across the empire. The Colosseum, a marvel of engineering, hosted gladiatorial contests and public spectacles, a testament to Roman power and ingenuity. Literature, philosophy, and the arts flourished, with giants like Virgil, Cicero, and Ovid leaving an indelible mark on Western civilization. This was Rome at its zenith, a beacon of civilization, radiating power and influence across the known world. But even in its golden age, the seeds of Rome's decline were being sown. The very factors that had fueled its rise, military expansion, a thirst for conquest, and a reliance on slave labor, began to erode its foundations. Constant warfare, while initially profitable, became a drain on resources and manpower. The legions, once a symbol of Roman strength, found themselves increasingly stretched thin, defending a vast and porous frontier. Within Rome itself, a culture of decadence and corruption began to take hold. The ruling elite, drunk on power and luxury, lost sight of the values that had made Rome great. Political intrigue, assassination, and rampant corruption became the norm. The common people, burdened by taxes and neglected by their leaders, grew disillusioned and apathetic. The once proud Roman spirit, the sense of shared purpose and civic duty, began to wane. Section 5. Cracks in the foundation, moral decline. The decline of Roman morals was a gradual but relentless process. The old virtues of discipline, self-sacrifice, and civic duty, once the bedrock of Roman society, were slowly eroded by wealth, luxury, and the influx of foreign ideas. The gap between the rich and the poor widened into a chasm. While the elite indulged in lavish banquets and decadent entertainments, the masses struggled to survive. This moral decay permeated all levels of society. The Senate, once a bastion of wisdom and statesmanship, became a playground for ambitious and corrupt politicians, more concerned with personal gain than the good of the republic. The army, once a model of discipline and loyalty, was plagued by mutiny and corruption. As the cancer of decadence spread, it weakened the very fabric of Roman society, leaving it vulnerable to the forces of chaos that were gathering on the horizon. Section 6. The barbarians at the gate. Beyond the frontiers of the Roman Empire, a new threat was emerging. Tribes of Germanic and Gothic warriors, driven by pressure from the east and lured by the riches of the south, began to test the defenses of the empire. These barbarians, as the Romans called them, were a diverse group, but they shared a common desire for land, wealth, and a place within the Roman world. At first, these incursions were minor, easily repelled by the legions. But as the Roman military weakened from within, the attacks grew bolder and more frequent. The Goths, under their leader Alaric, sacked Rome in 410 AD, an event that sent shockwaves throughout the empire. It was a stark reminder that Roman invincibility was a myth, and that the once mighty empire was now vulnerable to those it had once considered inferior. Section 7. The Empire Divided. Faced with mounting internal and external pressures, the Roman Empire split in two. In 395 AD, Emperor Theodosius I divided the empire between his two sons, hoping to make it more manageable. The Western Roman Empire, with its capital in Rome, would face the brunt of the barbarian invasions. The Eastern Roman Empire, centered on Constantinople, would prove more resilient, enduring for another 1,000 years as the Byzantine Empire. This division, meant to strengthen the empire, only served to hasten its demise. The two halves, now rivals as much as partners, squabbled amongst themselves, draining resources and manpower that could have been used to defend against external threats. The Western Roman Empire, weakened by internal strife and under constant attack, entered a death spiral from which it would never recover. Section 8. The Fall of the Eternal City. The year 476 AD marks a pivotal moment in history, the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Odoacer, a Germanic general, deposed Romulus Augustulus, the last Roman emperor in the West. Though a significant event, it was less a cataclysmic collapse and more the final act in a long and drawn-out decline. The once mighty city of Rome, sacked and plundered multiple times, was a shadow of its former glory. The fall of Rome was a complex process, a confluence of factors that had been brewing for centuries. Military overstretch, economic instability, social unrest, political corruption, and the relentless pressure of barbarian migrations all played a part. The empire, weakened from within and assailed from without, simply imploded under its own weight. Section 9. Last Stands and Fallen Heroes. Even in its twilight years, the Roman Empire produced its share of heroes. Men like Stilicho, Aetius, and Majorian fought valiantly against the barbarian tide, winning temporary victories but ultimately unable to stem the inevitable. Their stories, though tragic, serve as a testament to the enduring human spirit, the will to fight for a cause, even in the face of insurmountable odds. One such hero was Flavius Aetius, known as the last of the Romans. A brilliant general, Aetius rallied the remnants of the Roman army, and in 451 AD, defeated Attila the Hun at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains. This victory, though strategically significant, was only a temporary reprieve. Rome was living on borrowed time. Section 10. Legacy of the Caesars. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but its legacy continues to shape the world we live in. Roman law, language, architecture, engineering, and political thought have left an indelible mark on Western civilization. From the aqueducts that still stand in many parts of Europe, to the legal principles that underpin our justice systems, the influence of Rome is all around us. The Roman Empire serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the greatest civilizations are not immune to decline and fall. It teaches us the importance of civic virtue, the dangers of unchecked ambition, and the need for balance between individual freedom and the common good. As we navigate the complexities of our own time, we can learn from the triumphs and failures of those who came before us. The Roman Empire may be gone, but its lessons are timeless.